You just heard My Old So-and-So by Reynolds Woodcock. This is IOTA, the one and only radio station for Iota Springs, Illinois, where just an iota of love makes all the difference. You're family when you're here. Thanks for listening.
Hey there, all you cool cats and kittens. This is the elusive Zany Zora with today's horoscope. Before I begin, I just want to give a quick introduction to help you guys get to know me a little better, as this is my first broadcast here on IOTA, and I would like to thank the good folks at the station for this wicked cool opportunity. I'm still pretty new in town, just got here about a month ago for a fresh start. Let's see. Well, I'm a yogini in training. Sign up for my class. I am, of course, an Aquarius sun, Cancer moon, Leo rising, and I got my start with astrology a couple weeks ago following an inexplicable breakup in which my ex simply vanished along with all of my furniture, and I've been practicing my craft to ensure that the likelihood of disappearance for any future partners and or my furniture is slim to none. On that note, I am accepting dating applications from other air signs, any water signs except Scorpios, any fire signs, and Virgos. Other earth signs need not apply. All genders with air sign experience are especially welcome. You can bring it to the labeled Iota Dropbox outside of our studio across the street from the White Castle, where I'll also be waiting for an hour after the show. I heard there's a lot of foot traffic there, so have those apps ready. Today's horoscope broadcast is focused on the cardinal signs, so that is our Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn pals, friends, loved ones, and enemies, respectively. Aries, oh my god, there has been a huge, tension in your life, and you just need to let it go, babes. I know you can too. You're a fire sign, duh. So, I think writing things down might be able to help you this week, and try and stay away from big crowds, just for funsies and some self-reflection time. Cancer, you're a big baby, aren't you? But hey, that is nothing to be ashamed of. As stated, I am a Cancer moon, so I myself am a card-holding member of the baby club. Be proud of that heart on your sleeve, but maybe in private, okay? All that crying is kind of worrisome to passersby. But if you do really feel the need to express yourself in public, maybe try a different approach, like doing a cool dance or something. This week, take lots of breaks and maybe try wearing a funky hat. Libras, my babes, my darlings, I love you more than words can say, but oh my god, please just do whatever you can to absorb any semblance of decisiveness. I am begging you to settle on one choice in your life. To practice this week, I would recommend a shopping spree with a set budget. A set budget. Do you hear me? Set. Get a friend to help. Not an air sign. They'll make it worse. And stay away from zoos. I'm getting this vibe that Libras and zoos are simply not mixing this week. Finally, Capricorns. What are we to do with you? This week, I would suggest incorporating kindness into your lifestyle, since it seems to be something you lack so deeply. Try a little empathy for once, will you? And if you've taken anything from anyone as of late, be it money, a friend's toy for all my kids listening out there, or, I don't know, say an entire furnished living room set, including a couch, 2 armchairs, a coffee table, an entertainment center, 3 lamps, and a deer's head that was formerly mounted to the wall, this week is the time to give those back. Apologize. Make amends. I know my caps out there are routine lovers, so I know how hard it is for you to, break your routine of using that stolen furniture, but for God's sake, make an effort for once. All right, that's all the time we have for today, but tune in next week for the horoscope for fixed signs. Thanks again to IOTA for this primetime spot, and thank you for listening. Signing off, this is the elusive Zany Zora, wishing you mucho, mucho amor.
It's the top of the hour, which means it's time for the Community Bulletin, your number one source for Iota Springs news. If you have an announcement you'd like read on the bulletin, you can email bulletin@iotaradio.com. Locals only. If I receive any more emails from Bushwick County soliciting dog massages, this is all getting shut down. Alright, first up. Mrs. Gretzky baked 5 apple pies last night, and she'll be leaving them to cool on her windowsill. They are not for public consumption. I repeat, not for public consumption. Unless you're her son Rupert. Welcome home, sweetie. I made apple pie. Next, leaky faucet, clogged up drain, plumbing problems hurt your brain? Have no fear, Hank is here. I've got the skills, but not the frills. Plain and simple, I've even got dimples. Call me up if you need help in a jiff. Hank's the name, plumbing's a necessity for a functioning society. 194-555-5788. This next one is a message from Daniel M. to Rebecca L. Please, I promise this time will be different. You've really changed me. I started buying 2% milk. I never did that before. I can't live without you. I stopped buying 2-in-1 shampoo for you. You're the only one who knows what laundry detergent I like. Call me back. Rebecca, I love you. Wow. Well, that one sounds urgent. Let's hope she's listening. Lindsay Sullivan would like to report a lost sock she found in her front yard. It's blue with a rust-colored band around the ankle. Lastly, don't forget that this Sunday is Laura Linney Day. The Linney Day Parade will start its march down Main Street at 9 o'clock sharp, so make sure you're not late for the show, Truman. And this year's Linney Lookalike Contest theme is her hit 2003 film, The Life of David Gale. So be sure to bring your finest blonde wigs and loosest plastic bags. First place prize is a DVD copy of Sully, signed by Laura herself. Ooh. Authenticity pending. That's all the news that's fit to read today, Iota Springs. Tune back in tomorrow to stay informed and stay local.
Hello, Iota Springs. Today is Thursday, February 28th, 2019. The time is 2:02 p.m. and the weather is fine. I like it. It always gives me chills to see snow on my car. Welcome to my show, Gary's Greatest Community Problems, where we review county complaints and issues with me, Gary Terrence, County Executive. I'm here to hear your needs. Thank you to the producers of Iota Radio for this time slot, even if I would have found a way to fire you all if you didn't say yes. Today, there is a brief update on school budget cuts and relief efforts, a complaint from PTA member and proud grandmother Miriam Willis, and I will be reviewing a student-made joke book from Springwater Elementary School. As you all know, the local board decided to roll out another wave of budget cuts. Following the small bake sale turnout on Sunday, they needed to make $1,500 to continue to fund Saturday morning sausages, a program which delivered healthy, nutritious weekend meals for struggling families. They only made $15.07. To be fair, Sharon tried a new cupcake recipe that is rumored to taste and look like mud. I guess her idea was half-baked. Families who receive meals from Saturday morning sausages should expect to see some alternatives to normal items such as milk and beef products. Now I turn to PTA member Miriam Willis to talk about drugs in our schools. Dare I say dare should make a comeback. Hello and welcome, Miss Willis. Thank you for joining us today.
Hello, Gary. I hope your day and the rest of the school board's day was terrible. And that's Miss Willis to you.
I said Miss Willis.
I am on the show today because your school sent home a massive bag of drugs with my grandchild. This is completely unacceptable, and I will not stand for my grandchild being addicted to cocaine before the age of 12. It is ridiculous you would even allow
Miss Willis, please calm down. Our school did not hand out any.
Yes, they did. Eden brought home the weekend bag of food the school usually gives us, and surely enough, there was a 2-pound bag of cocaine. And they didn't even give us milk. Now, anyone would know a family of 4 needs...
Miss Willis, we don't give students...
Yes, you do. I saw the...
That was powdered milk, Miss Willis.
What?
It's powdered milk. With the lack of funding the school usually receives, the school board voted to replace the regular milk supply with powdered milk. That's not cocaine, it's milk.
They don't even make that anymore.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Miss Willis, yes, they do. If you looked at the label at the bottom, it clearly states the date and logo from Bill Myers Farm. Miss Willis? Listeners, we seem to have lost connection with Miss Willis. Moving on to the last portion of our show today, a book review of 4th grade George Kramer's best-selling joke book, Ha Ha Ha, including over 250 jokes. He has been selling them on the corner of his driveway and Route 34 for $3, and his mom is very proud. George, if you can hear this, you need to pay your taxes. You have 72 hours to do so. Personally, listeners, I love the book. Other critics have called it terrible, but I have had the paperback copy for 2 weeks and it looks brand new. The jokes are thrilling and send you into a magical land filled with dragons, fairies, city dumps, and hot dogs. Its complexity could not be achieved by anyone else. I believe he deserves a Nobel Prize. Without his tax dollars, he may be rewarded with a warrant for his arrest. That's all the time we have for now, folks. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you soon at the next bake sale.
Hey, 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 citizens of Iota Springs. This is your host, Mark.
And I'm Alan,
And this is another episode of Bard Talk.
the only radio show exclusively dedicated to William Shakespeare and his vast collection of literary works.
Now, as I'm sure you spearheads already know, every episode we invite a guest to come and talk to us about their fave work by Willie Shakespeare.
Oh, yeah, we've had some real home runs, like the gaffer for the hit NBC show This Is Us and my neighbor, Neil.
But today, we have a real treat for you because we are going directly to the source.
Oh, yes, listeners, we got the man himself, old Bill Shakespeare, is going to be joining us in the studio today to talk about his sonnets, his plays, his inspirations, everything.
You may remember that we tried to get his wife, Anne Hathaway, on the show a few weeks ago. We apologize again for the mix-up. We should have known that hack actress was going to be getting our emails instead. Worry not, because we got the real thing this time.
So strap in, folks, because it's going to be a long one. Yup, even our producers can't believe it, y'all. Mark and I booked this one as a big surprise. You should see Jeff shaking his head in absolute disbelief right now.
And neither can you all, apparently. We're already filling up with calls, and he hasn't even arrived.
Yes, it's true. He's not in the studio yet, but I sent him an email months ago, and I've heard he's a rather punctual recluse, so I know he'll be here today.
Now, we're going to hold all questions until our guest of honor arrives, so please stay on the line. And prepare for some oral audacity, because we reserved 2 hours of airtime just for this interview.
That's right. Well, to stall before he gets here, why don't we do what we do best? Fanboy about that bard.
Ooh, I tell you what, I have just adored his newest play, The Tempest. It's so tumultuous and trying, and I just cannot get over those silly accents he gives everyone.
Oh, yeah? And his diction? Unparalleled. There is not an author alive who can match up to that man's word choice. I hope he brings some of that verbiage into the studio.
I bet he will. He strikes me as somebody who really likes to liven up a room with his eccentricities.
Oh, I am just giddy at the thought of it. Any minute now, I bet.
In fact, it looks like he may be here, y'all. Our producer is giving us the signal that he has something very important to tell us. Yeah, Jeff, come on in.
Dead?
Oh, no, 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 no. Well, folks, this day will go down in infamy for all of us here at Bar Talk. A very sad day. It appears that, well, it appears that William Shakespeare has passed away.
On this day, February 28th, 2019, we lost the voice of a generation. No, Jeff, I don't want to hear anymore. I feel like I've lost a friend today, and I'm sure everyone out there listening feels the exact same way. No, we don't need to hear your grisly details, Jeff. Just need to mourn.
Very true, Alan. And my condolences go out to him and his family. We lost a rising star today, and the night sky will be just a little darker tonight. We'll do everything in our power to make sure his legacy is remembered and his works respected.
Respect indeed. I just hope that future generations can experience this powerful, contemporary author and derive as much pleasure from his works as we have. I don't know about you, Mark, but I don't think I can carry on today.
Agreed, Alan. Out of respect for William and his family, we'll call it quits today. We're very sorry to have to break the news to all of you, but let this be a reminder of how fleeting life really is.
And don't forget to tune in on Thursday for our new program that dives into the works of another up-and-coming literary voice, Balzac Attack.
Well, folks, for Bard Talk, this has been Mark.
And this is Alan, signing off. Good night, sweet prince.
Good afternoon. Thank you for having me on IOTA. I'm glad I was able to squeeze this in before my slam poetry event tonight. My name is Rose, and I am a sophomore at Iota Springs High School and president of the Film Discourse Club. I am also an independent filmmaker and have been able to predict the Oscar Best Picture winner since '09. Except 2019, but we don't talk about that. Thank you for inviting me on. Today, we are starting off discussing Dead Poets Society and ending with a discussion of Pulp Fiction. With me, I have two guests, Maggie and Alex, two film lovers, I've been told, such as myself. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thanks for having us.
I overheard Alex and Maggie in the cafeteria the other day talking about mise-en-scene, and I just knew I had to have them on the show.
Yes, missing centerpieces?
What?
What?
Starting off, Dead Poets Society. This is a film that is more than art. It's commentary on the internal struggles in society. How did you two enjoy the film?
The Dead Poets Society?
Oh yeah, that's the one with Matt Damon, right? Did you see him in that horse movie?
What? No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. Did you know Matt Damon used to be a horse girl?
Actually, he might still be.
Someone pull up IMDb.
He is not a horse girl, and he wasn't in Dead Poets Society, a film that has momentous levels of emotional.
How would you know? Did you watch it?
Of course, I did. That's what we were supposed to be talking about.
Wow. Was it good?
I bet she liked it.
Back to our topic. As for Pulp Fiction, I believe beauty is not only skin deep, although this film teaches us significant lessons as to the complexity of life.
Fun fact, I lost my virginity to the sound of Pulp Fiction.
No way.
I don't think that was appropriate.
Wait. That one is John Travolta, right?
Yes, some people say that was his best performance.
But do you think the discussion of divine intervention is reflective of the characters or their problems? And do you believe the non-chronological storytelling behaves as anything other than a stylistic device used to portray the plot?
Wow, that was incredibly insightful, Alex. Thank you for those questions.
Am I the only one here who hasn't seen that movie?
I think you might be.
To get back to your questions, Alex, I would say two things. First,
but I don't know, Maggie. It's not great. I'm not really recommending it.
Thanks for looking out.
No problem. Personally, I'd recommend Twilight.
Wait.
Now that's a good movie. I'd have Edward Cullen's toxic masculinity arms around me any night.
That was an appalling sentence you just said. Well, I really can't believe this, but this is all the time we have. And may ever have. I'm Rose, thanks, Alex, Maggie.
Literally, Team Edward or die.
Thanks, IOTA.
Thanks for listening to IOTA. Tune in next week for more Town Bulletins, an interview with Porky the Hero Pig, and Dr. Fraser Crane's Call and Advice Hour. Now back to our regularly scheduled musical programming with Please Mr. Kennedy by Jim Berkey, Al Cody, and Lewin Davis.